어디로 보면 럭 이거 나와요. 이 럭이 세월 걸리면 나오네. 뒤요.
말해. 전부 그라. 잠삼라 전부 그건 요래. 바유라 말해.
From you.
Make it come up.
Okay.
Okay.
It's you.
Take a pin's rest. We're right on the street, so I don't know how much rest we're going to get, but here we are. And here she is, one of the hotel guests, on the balcony, taking in the local scene. Off tomorrow. This is Poker. We're off tomorrow to Jomson. Here's one of the local shrines. And one of the local worshippers. And another one of the local hotel guests. Joined by another hotel guest. All hotels should have beautiful balconies. So I certainly wanted to take this opportunity to show you the view from our balcony here in Poker. These doors are for rent, I think. I hope it's not too noisy tonight. Namaste!
So the cow says namaste.
The cow says namaste. Here's one of the main streets in Poker, the shops. Our trek has started, and we've just trekked up the Kalabangdali Kali Gandaki River Valley. This may be one of the most desolate places we've ever visited. Except for perhaps Mustang, which we haven't reached yet. We're going to head up this valley, the Lubra Valley. And our destination, you can see in the upper right-hand corner, is the village of Lubra, the top of the village where those trees are. Nice trekking. There's our group, and there's our destination. Let's go. So all bad things come to an end, even that trek through that river valley. And here we are at lunch. Here we are trying to blow a bubble.
Trying is right.
She's not that great at bubble blowing, guys. Now she's getting the feel of it.
We did let you finish your sentence. Oops.
Oh, now that I'm taking her movie, now she's lost the feel of it.
Absolutely lost my technique.
Now we're going to see if they get the hang of it. Whoa!
Are you gonna go off?
She won.
What are you gonna have to drink?
This is the activity of the week.
Supposed to go like
Our beautiful luncheon spot has now been transformed into the nighttime camp on the rooftops.
What do you do about
We're a little crowded tonight, but happy. Chili Peppers getting ready for dinner. And here's the beautiful village of Lubra, where we're going to spend tonight. A view from our rooftop, with the prayer flags fluttering in the wind.
Oh, sorry. Walk right in here.
And here's the village of Lubra, where we're spending the night. Your typical rooftop rest stop. Two of the villagers, a few of the villagers. And here was the cow sacrifice or slaughter that we saw before. All laid out. It's going to dry in the sun and be good for the winter. And here are the potato fields, now dormant for the winter. The last two remaining cows of the village. It's not so crowded around here today, they said. Here's the Gumpa that we're going to visit today. Today's Gumpa. And here's some of the rooftops in close-up. Getting ready for winter. Well, we came up from Lubra to the top of Muktanath Pass. I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind. That's Dalgiri. And we came from far below there. Climbed up this pass. We're at about 12,200 feet. And here's our group at the pass. There's the cairn to signify the top. The ponies are moving off on our way to Muktanath. There are some lonely trekkers at the top of the pass.
Can we say hi, Mom?
Say hello to your mother.
Hi, Mom.
Now I suspect we're going to travel somewhere along that ridge.
Yeah, I see the people traveling there. Over there.
Yeah, we say hi.
And our goal is not the near town, but the final village of Muktanath. That's where we're going. At random, I would like to interview somebody on top of the pass.
Yeah, right. Look up.
Is this where you got your suntan, miss?
maybe there'll be one there.
Thanks, Bird. Appreciate that.
What's that called?
Sorry, we're not edible.
The little V shape on it.
Yeah.
What is it again?
Lammergeier.
Thank you.
It's known as the bearded vulture, but Lammergeier. Lammergier, depending on how you pronounce it.
So we came across the path. And now we're setting up our camp in Muktanath. 2 nights in Muktanath. This is luxury. This man is the pony man. Huh? You come to Muktanath? Pony man. And the pony man's assistants, here they are. All for the ponies. Well, we're off to do the town.
It's not going to take.
We're going to do the town of Mustange from top to bottom.
Mustange.
What's the name of this town?
Mustange.
Mustange. No, the real name.
Oh,
Ronnie Power from top to bottom. We're going to live it up. Here's the main attraction in the square. Here's our group looking on admiringly. Here's the shopping center. All laid out for us. And here's the buildings lining the side of the road. The Mustange guest house. Oh, and here's the group again. You have now seen the main street. And looking up the main street, there's our camp. There's the upper part of the village. And there's the holy spots. And the scenery behind. And here we are taking afternoon tea, the roof garden of the North Pole Hotel. Doing our journal writing and getting the last of the sun rays for the day. Dinner is drying. Carrots drying in the sun, and the view from the other side. And always the prayer flags fluttering away in the wind. So here's the problem. All these bags have to get to the next destination.
Oh, it's breakfast time for them.
And this is not the solution. And this is not the solution. And here is the solution. As soon as breakfast is done, the work will start. We're all getting saddled up here.
Is it really?
Soon they'll be loaded and we'll all be off. We'll see them later. This is how we spend our nights.
I don't know, you might be tired by the night.
This is his 3 a.m. bark. Here we are at the Mustange Traditional Medical Center. These are the medical students who start early because they have to study for 13 years. Where is he at 3 a.m. when we need him? We're on the way to Cogbenny and we just came over this rise. And we are faced with not a breath of growth this whole way. This is the deepest gorge in the world. The name of the river is the Kali Gandaki. And there it is there. And then you come up and there's nothing but wind and windswept terrain. So you see Numche Peak, and Dalgiri. And I'm sure now all you can hear is the wind. But from this barrenness, then all of a sudden the fields start. And there's our objective, Cogbenny. Okay, and here we are trekking into Mustang. And here's our famous trekker. How's things looking, Mustang?
Oh, so far it looks pretty good.
It's our first day in Mustang, and we just hiked up this valley. Across the river. Here's some weary trekkers looking at the next climb. Here's Sheila on her way up. Here are some goats on the way down. Here's some other kids and people on the way up. And there's up. Here's what's moving toward us down the trail. I don't think they'll have the same problem crossing the river that we had. Like a solid stream, these guys. People from the village. Well, I found a young trekker sitting here at the top of the pass. What do you say, young trekker?
Where's the young trekker?
How you doing? Where are you?
We're somewhere in Nepal outside of Star, heading for a night, which I may not make it.
Are you in Mustang where no video is allowed?
Mustang, no video allowed. We're heading for a cave temple to have lunch. But we don't see any sign of it yet, so we stopped for a breather.
What do you see?
Incredible, spectacular scenery.
Let's take a look. This is as awesome as the Grand Canyon, or more so. And it's just a young trekker and me. They probably can't hear anything because of the wind. And it just keeps on trekking. And then all you have to do is turn around. And here's the other side of the pass. It just doesn't stop. The only thing that stopped is the young trekker.
Who was wondering why people do this to themselves?
You just saw a young trekker.
Just saw.
We're at this stream, and now we're going to go see a cave of self-manifestation. If something breaks off, it grows back in this cave. And there's the group going up to the cave. And there's Ed. He looks excited about this trek, especially this trip up to the cave. Hello, Ed! Here's the entrance to the cave. You can see how far up we've traveled. Oh no, this is going to come out good here in the cave.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's inside the cave. Huh?
This is inside the cave. With the prayer flags hanging from the ceiling. And you put offerings in here for wish fulfillment.
Am I in your way?
No, but I moved out your way. But
No, I'm all right.
I wish you guys would stop chattering away. Last picture's inside the cave. My walking stick just fell, it's getting ready to go. Here's where we camped last night in this village. Under the mountains as usual. And here's camp breaking up. A beehive of activity, the horses being loaded, the kids watching everything. Last person to the monastery is a dirty rat.
You get a video, Rom over there?
It's the town of Gilling. Mustang. These are the fields in the town of
Gilling.
Geeling.
But who's...
But who's counting?
Is that huge Chorton up there?
Yeah.
That is it, isn't it?
That's up on top of the pass here. That's
Yeah.
pretty, yeah.
They're all talking about the top of the pass that we
Yeah.
came through yesterday.
Looks like nothing from here.
That's the top of the pass we came through yesterday. And then down a ravine, and then up, and then into the village. Here's our first official village in Mustang, the village of Gemi, the first Loba village in Mustang. Just remember, no video allowed. And here goes a happy trekker down to the village. How's things, happy trekker? There she goes, down out of the wind, she hopes. There's a long trek.
All right, ready.
And here's the cliffs above the village. And here are the trekkers having cultural communication.
That's right. What is it called? The Gimini or something?
Gimme!
And we just arrived here after about 2 hours or something walk. So nice easy day.
Nice easy day?
Yeah, but we passed the highest point though.
For you young fellas, it was a nice easy day.
Oh yeah, I was a little bit uphill at one point.
In the city of Gemi stands the largest Mani wall in all of Nepal, and therefore probably in all of the world. When this land was occupied by demons, one of the gurus came and slew the demons and threw down the intestines, and that's how this Mani wall was built. And here is Sheila trekking to the largest Mani wall in the world. Here we are at the wall. I don't know whether you'll be able to hear me because of the wind. The longest Mani wall in the world. And a trekker has come to visit. This one says, Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. And the one that Sheila's standing in front of says,
Oh, Mani Padme Om.
this is a Chorton near the Great Mani Wall. The colors being almost the same as the cliffs behind it. Oh, there's no telling how old this one is. It's really in a state of disrepair. But there are a few newer Mani stones around it. In Bassel's book, he describes this as one of the largest Chortons in Mustang. Sheila's decided to go by horseback today. Here she goes. Here she goes.
No, Commander's holding this down.
Okay.
Up.
Whoop, she goes.
Thank you.
Hey.
What?
Nice.
Ram. And off they go into the sunset.
Namaste.
Followed by such a group. Off they go into the wilds of Mustang. I was just standing out here in the middle of this desolate valley. I think I'm the only one around. Then I hear a whistle. Someone said that only the saints live in Mustang because only the saints can eat stones. Then I turn the corner and come upon what I think is a monastery. Actually, I guess I'm not the only one around. Maybe the rest of the group is there. This place is just dotted with these Chortens that lead down to the monastery. The brightly colored prayer wheels here, some of the nicest we've seen. And the goat head protectors, which are pretty common in this part of Mustang. I even now assume I'm in the right place since the boys have walked out on a roof. The Chortens here are amazing.
You know that was higher than it's supposed to be. Oh, yeah?
The horses have arrived. Sheila has arrived. The boys are here. The group is all here. Getting their after trek punch. And here's the entrance to the monastery. This is obviously not trekking, Jenny. This must be a rest day. Other evidence of rest day abounds. You should have seen me doing my laundry. There's our tent. There's my double occupant. And here's the laundry that I did. It's so clean it sparkles. Here's what Leader and Sudars do when they're not Gampa stomping.
Not so much better.
And here's Eric, who's getting ready for cocktail hour.
That's right.
Even though it's a bit early.
Well, I think life's a permanent cocktail hour in Denmark. is the way you're seeing.
God, here's a clean trekker for you.
Have you noticed my clean boot?
4 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't believe he
They're
cleaned.
going to be more great than the rest of them.
I know.
He cleaned his boots. Look at him. He cleaned his boots.
I walked through.
One of the curious. I have to whisper. There's no video in Mustang. Namaste. Here's our camp here in Saring, in Mustang. We're here now at the monastery. Here's a picture of the village of Saring, taken from the monastery. It looks like a pretty prosperous village to us. The houses are spread out. Most of them are nicely whitewashed. We had hot lemon. This is the camp again, a typical setup. The green tents are the double tents. The yellow tents are the single supplements. There's 2 blue toilet tents in the back. Then there's the blue tent that we're seeing there, which is our dining room tent. And then the kitchen tent, and you can see the activities. Then the Sudar and some of the Sherpas sleep on the tents to the right. And here are some caves across the way. You don't know how people got to them. But they say they used to meditate in here for long periods. People training to be Tibetan doctors meditate here for 3 years. This is the Protector Chapel. Hey guys?
Yes, sir.
Protector Chapel. Very old as part of the ruins, but you can't photograph much else. Just trying it again with a little better light. Yes, dining al fresco in downtown whatever is always quite a treat. It doesn't look like it's quite a treat, but they assure me that it is. Breakfast is winding down. The tents are coming down. We're off for the final plunge. That tent looks like it might be moving. Tonight this group will be dining with the king. It's hard to describe how we feel out here. Somebody once described this land as only a place that the spirits could like, because only the spirits could like stones, could eat stones. Maybe this gives you some idea of how we feel. And this guy is feeling good. Yes. Yes, folks. This is feeling good on the trek from Sarang to Mustange. Yes, this is feeling better, knowing that in a few minutes he's going to see Mustange. This is the gorge through which you go to see Mustange. There are some other people. Whoops, I keep getting him. There are some other people seeing Mustange. A cairn at the top of the pass. You put stones on to satisfy the spirits over whose hills you're crossing. And there it is, the capital at the roof of the world. Mustange. Here we go. Here we come. Party with the king. Here are the walls of Mustange, and our camp is just in this little compound right outside the walls. I can't go in there in video because the liaison officer. Here's the street in one direction that runs right outside our camp walls, and here's the street in the other direction. Our toilet tents are cleverly placed right alongside the main street. And our camp is always the object of interest. From all the locals at one time or another during their day make a pilgrimage here. Around the corner from our camp lies the entry to the walled city of Mustange. This is the entry to the school building that stands right outside the entrance. And the prayer wheels stand right outside the entrance. You can see the large prayer wheels over there. And here's the entry to the city itself. And since it's getting to be mid-afternoon, some of the citizens are coming home. The amazing thing is that they'll wander through this city until they find exactly the doorway in which they belong. When we enter into the city, there are these guardians, and then we can turn to the left. And then this is the main square. Which fronts the palace. And this is the king's palace when he's in Mustange. With some of the local citizens. including some of the local prayer wheel spinners. The King's Quarters occupy the top floor. And there's the entry door itself. And again, local activities. Evening Falls over Low Mustange. With only our toilet tent to mar the beauty. Tonight the king is coming for dinner. Whoops, another toilet tent to mar the beauty. Well, the toilet tents do serve a purpose, eh, Ed?
That's what I got to use it. It's flowing away around me.
Here's the street that runs in front of our camp at evening time. We're doing a little boning up before the king arrives.
Putting on my
We have some pictures of the king as a young man that everybody is admiring. We're showing them pictures of the area, and they can identify all the different sites. Tuk. Here we are on the walls on the other side of the city, directly opposite to the side that we have camped. Very quiet over here, except for some plowing. There's the plowing going on in one of the fields. And there's the monastery we were to travel to today before the Nepali government decided that we couldn't go outside of town for one reason or the other. We're still waiting a final answer. Tucked in among the mountains, as you can see. To show the whole valley, we came into Mustange over that pass. Down to the river and up. And there's the city spread out before us. The walls we just saw from a somewhat westerly viewpoint. There's the main entrance to the city. Same viewpoint, just up closer. You can hear me over the wind again. And the wind is making the camera shake. Gary and Sheila contemplating the viewpoint from another angle. Eric on his way down. Because there's a movie. Dawn on her way down. A free day in Mustange, and here's what the gang does. Here's another view of the monastery Namgyal that we didn't get to see today. And then that building in the far distance above the ruins is thought to be the King's Summer Palace. Some ancient fortresses perched on the hills, if you can see them. Here they are again, built with the round wall. What's the significance of the round wall? So it didn't face in any one particular direction. We saw the main entrance to the city. Here's one of the city's prominent citizens. And this is the side door to the city. And here's the street of entry. What's the name of this street, Eric?
Oh, this is Main Street.
Main Street.
Oh, there comes the butcher. You ought to get him.
Here's some more of the citizens.
And there comes the butcher delivery.
What's he got? Oh, a yak.
Yeah.
The houses are built here. The first floor is the entrance for the animals and the humans, who then stay on the first floor. And the living quarters on the second and third. Here's a typical first floor and one of its occupants. Another of the twisting alleyways. Namaste. 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 Another of the streets. Tashidule. Namaste. Well, who knows how that turned out, guys. That. I'll see what I can do here. We're coming into Central Square. Playing tops for local citizens. Namaste. 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 Namaste.
You said 1,000.
They're catching on fast.
Some days you can't make a sale. Can you, can you tell the king that we are greatly honored by today?
Mm-hmm.
And that we will always have a warm spot in our hearts for Lomantang and for Mustang.
The king is very delighted to meet you people, and he hopes to see you.
Yes.
Once again.
Yes. Yes. It is our fondest desire to meet the king again. Yes.
Okay.
This is our group trekking on the way to Yara.
Donna just went down. Oh, there's Donna. He keeps using these stupid words over and over because they don't begin to say them.
Look what that is.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
But no, I was just saying that you use the same inadequate words to describe what you're seeing. And words, I don't have words to express this. Spectacular, stupendous, amazing. None of it. None of it fits.
This is Tashi's first camp, and you can see he's quite an attraction. He's having his first leash lesson. And as you can see, he's just crazy about it.
You missed him when he was doing real good.
When he was doing real good, I missed him.
He does very well when she goes where he wants to go.
Yes.
Here he goes. Yara, we're all busily at work. All busily at work. Eric, how much to do my laundry?
There you go.
I could use it. Tashi on his morning exploration with the village citizens. And Donna.
You're getting crazy.
Donna.
Don't.
This is how we do our hair in Yara. Who does your hair, Donna? Where are we, Jenny?
We're at the midway point between Lurie Village and Yara this morning. And as you can see, there's a wonderful collection of hermitage caves along here.
Wait, okay.
Long way down.
Long way down.
A long way down, Jenny.
We're trying to figure out what trail to take to get down. It's easy enough to get up. So my hands are going to clammy just thinking about climbing that higher.
Ooh, here's a traveler. Here's the proposed ledge to go over. Finding it impossible to get to the cave where the secret of Tibetan Buddhism is written in 3 words, the group decides to descend.
Dessert.
Here we are descending.
Cautious. With great applause.
The secret of Tibetan Buddhism written in 3 words is in that little cave. Right up there where Angperpa did manage to get to.
There he is. How did you get up there?
There he is.
It's okay.
He says there is no path up there.
Just a small hole.
Just a small hole.
All right. I'll get down carefully.
You got long rope?
The secret of Tibetan Buddhism does again eludes Westerners. Hey. Here, there's somebody that's got it down pat.
Come down that way.
Here she comes. Look at the footwork. Here's our boy coming down. We're rooting for this to be safe because he's got to pack lunches. Who's up there with him? It took these 2 young fellas about 30 seconds to get up, 25 seconds to get down. Namaste, guys. Namaste. Namaste. Now back to the feature attraction.
Well, the reason they can climb so fast is the soles of their shoes.
Yeah, there's none. Well, we're still on our way down here. We got to this cave. They went up above. Ramro. Come to dance a little.
See, it's lunchtime.
Can you tell which ones know the dance and which ones don't?
What are we saying? Lunch. Lunch.
Here we are at the top of the Luri Monastery. Luri, right? Look where we are. We are quite a ways. There's Luri village down there. And we're at the Luri Monastery. Here we are, the Luri Monastery. Richard, do you have the directions out of here? Hell no. It's hell no, we won't go.
I suspect it's not up.
The top of the Luri Monastery. Hey! Here's one of the old monk cells. You can see the ceiling, look how black it is from so much smoke. Namaste! Namaste! We're taking this monastery backwards. Here's the main entranceway and the ladder to it. Smaller ladders up to the roof. Tested as we speak. Here's from just outside the front door. Our man from the key. And this is the front door. The path leading up to are now away. Again, the view from Lorigompa. With these massive cliffs. Well, look who's coming to join us. Look who's coming to dinner. We have hot buttered rum when you reach the top.
Aha!
We taking in any more guests, Gary? Any more guests? Any guests for dinner? Yeah, Gary's up here. And here's the monastery as we start down. You can see, maybe, that it's built right into this cave. And here it is again from below. A little bit better. You can see the weather moving out, we hope. The front that passed through today. These are caves just below the monastery. Where Purba is going to spend the next 3 years, he's just decided. Huh, Ang Purba?
Yeah,
We'll bring you tsampa
exactly.
and some
Tsampa,
tea. Tea, yes.
and some dry meat.
Dry meat. Jerky.
Turkey.
And there will be Ang Purba. This is the tent of a...
Dokpa.
Which is?
Came from Tibet.
And he's here trading?
Trading sheep and goat.
Uh-huh. But he's either asleep or there's nobody home.
They're grazing
Oh, right now he's where? Oh, he's with the sheep.
sheep and goat.
Ah.
There was a bunch of sheep way over there.
Here's Kumar. Here's the Mastiff.
Very brave Kumar.
Here's Kumar still. And here's the Mastiff still. What do you think, Kumar?
He's starting to, can you hear him?
Whoa, I can hear him. What do you think, Kumar? Kumar thinks we better go back to camp, huh? I don't know if you'll be able to see him or not, but there's our trekker. His first day on the trail. Doing better than us, right, Dasiring? Almost at the top of the pass. There's some more of the group. There's where we came from, the base of that cliff across the river. Then we came all the way up here. There's still a lot to go. Oops, another trekker. This magnificent plain that we're walking across in the late afternoon. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see our trekkers. They're way ahead of me. They're little moving specks on the trail. But it's something else. We're heading into the sun. I don't know what we're going to get. There's a trekker. There's two trekkers. Almost right in the middle. Here's the village that we're staying in tonight. From up here it looks almost like a fairy tale village. I think it's our last village in what is officially the Kingdom of Mustang. The chortens look beautiful in the sunlight. There are prayer flags fluttering on all the houses. And this chorten almost reminds me of the Magic Kingdom. I think that's Angurba standing in front of it. We'll see what it really looks like when we get there. I don't see our camp, but I'm sure it's there somewhere. This is the Great Monty Wall of Tangbi. With some trekkers out for an early morning stroll. And they have beautiful Mani stones. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. Sounds like I'm going over a pass. It's a beautiful morning here in Tangbi. Is that the name of this town? Tangbi. And here's Tashi in the town of Tangbi. Tangbi. Here's Tangbi and his mom out for, here's Tashi and his mom out for a walk in Tangbi Central Park. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's enjoying the leaves. Doesn't look it, but take my word for it. Here are the chortens that we saw yesterday. And a couple of more. One of the streets of Tangbi. Here's the wood is being stacked for the winter. And we're being kept close watch of. The dog likes the cow?
No, the dog isn't crazy. And the cat doesn't know quite what to make of it. Okay.
Gonna pick him up? Here's another multicolored prayer flag. What you got? Oh, Ramro, that's very nice.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
It's activities in the central square.
Yeah. So we say
Huh?
there's no cows, so we say here comes a horse. It's going to terrify him.
Oh, the horse terrifies him?
Yeah, it's going to as soon as he sees it.
Will she pet the dog? Hi. He will bite? He does snap, yeah, a little bit. She's nervous about that.
Yeah.
Another observer in the square.
Hello.
And more observers in the square.
The Chinchin is little.
Jinshin, yeah.
Chinchin's little.
Chin-chin?
Chinchin dog. Chinchin.
Sounds like you could Huh? Bacho? That's baby?
The dog is taking a nap. Oh, we're learning how to pet the dog? Oh. Everybody wants to see. We're videoing the videoer. Wild, wild.
The kids are afraid of dogs?
I think we have another adoption in the works.
You need 2 cages.
Sheila has the baby, and these are all saying bye-bye. Now you can give the baby back. Try to give the baby back to someone. Ah.
This isn't funny, guys.
Where's your mom? Where's your mama?
Uh-oh.
Where's your mama?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are you doing?
Oh, she took him.
What are you doing to me?
Well.
Stop.
Tying
He's
you
tying
up.
you up.
Very serious work.
Eric is being tied or untied. We're not sure.
First untied, now tied again.
What's the dog's name? Tashi.
Noah. Chin Chin. Sherpa.
Tashi, no, Chin Chin.
Chin Chin.
Chun chun.
Little? Chun chun? Little? Chun chun? Chun chun? Chun chun? I can't say it right. Chun chun? Chun chun? Chun chun? Chun chun?
Well, we came over this little pass today. And then we followed the trail down here. Over, around, up and down. But a beautiful trail today. To wind up at this cairn. It's a pile of stones at the top of a pass, which people place, we thought originally to mark the spot, but now they're really placed to mollify the spirits and the demons that live in the hills that we violated by coming over. But this has become a favorite resting spot because the views from here are magnificent. The first time we've seen so many of the peaks, as you'll see. There's Dalgiri, the Nigiris, Annapurna one, or Tukche, then Annapurna one. Consult your map. Today is November 15th. It's the last day on which climbing is allowed. That's the usual route they take up Dalgiri, facing us. There's Kumar trekking with us, Dot Searing, Richard and Jeanette, Gary somewhere holding forth. I knew I'd find him. Here's more of our trail as we move along here this morning. This may be our most beautiful morning. Visit every crossing. Another great sight. Dalgiri and the Nigiris in the clouds. This is how royalty treks.
Only sometimes.
Doesn't look too bad to me. This shows how these cliffs erode. Make these tremendous formations. Right, Kumar?
Yes, sir.
And here is the dynamic trio, no, quad. It's Kumar, Vishnu, Ed, and Tashi. Tashi, of course, in the lead. Tashi's running to catch up with his mother.
And sometimes royalty treks, but only behind one of the Sherpas. That's how we trek best. Here we are standing atop this massive canyon. Just follow it up. Across the horizon. With the afternoon wind picking up. What'd you say?
So spectacular!
We'll see if we can hear over the wind. But now we'll take a look.
All the way around.
We'll take a look up the canyon.
You have to come here.
now pan in the other direction. What can one say about this downhill? Except that it goes downhill some more, and then around that curve, and that it just keeps on going. We got to get down to the river. It's a long way down there, but I suppose we'll make it. And there's what awaits us. I think you can see our blue tarp down by the monastery, the Chortens, the farmland, and the village across the riverbed. Out the river to Jomson. The village of Pay. Chorten as we enter. Well, Jenny, what was your favorite part of the trek?
I had several favorite moments, but today my favorite was getting off of Snowflake, pony, and getting to walk down here and using my own two legs.
How was Snowflake?
Very bouncy.
Are you taking him?
Particularly.
You taking him back to America?
No. After that, I'd say Paw. Very nice campsite. So nice, I almost walked right past it.
Yeah.
Up another precipice. That was really good. What else are my favorite things? Actually, my favorite Gompa of all the Gompas was the one we saw at Lubra, the village that we camped in.
Yeah.
The Gompa you had to climb to the very top, and I like that. And coming back in the dark. So that was actually my favorite part.
Well, Jenny, Danya Bat. And watching the interviewing is a crowd that was able to get tickets. Well, Eric, what was your most memorable part of the trek?
Oh, that was right in front of you. There across the creek here just a little while ago when the horse decided to fall down.
I thought the horse was trying to get rid of you.
Oh yeah, he was, I'm sure. But anyway, this was kind of terrible that you fall down. But again, I didn't even get hurt.
Any other memorable parts of the trek?
That's very memorable, I can tell you that.
Danya Bat.
But
and what else?
Well, what else? I think it was very interesting to meet the king and get up on the roof there, the king's palace, and get photographed there right next to the king and the queen. I think that's very unusual. And also that we snuck up, you and I and a few others snuck up a day ahead of the whole crowd.
That's right.
And had private tea with the king. That was very nice.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay.
Here we are doing some Polaroids of the troops.
No hat?
No hats.
So many shadows of everybody there. See what happened.
We're all watching the photos come out. Okay, Karma, what's you got? What have you got, Karma?
Chicken.
Chicken for supper?
Yes.
Chicken barbecue?
Barbecue.
Okay, let's see him cluck a little bit, Karma. Quack, quack. Tell Karma he can walk. It's a movie. Hey. Whoa, Karma. He's been shopping. Well, Wendy, what did you like best about the trek?
I just loved walking in the shadow of the great Himalayan mountains. And I liked riding the horse today, although I really thought that I wasn't going to like it.
What's your favorite mountain?
Well,
Now, Wendy, I saw you writing them down the whole trip.
Dalgary is the one that we saw the most of, and it's a beauty.
Well done, you bought. Okay, here's dinner in preparation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, video's ready. Go. Okay, Ang Perma. Okay. Okay, you can go. Yeah, go ahead, do it. Yeah. Yeah, go. Yeah. Go. Choo. Yeah. Yeah, cut it. Oh. Here's dinner, guys. Oh. Then we got to steam them here and get all those feathers off. Chicken barbecue in the works. Some more dinner being made. Coming along nicely over here. Here are the ever-present cabbages. And our great chef, Karma, doing the carrots. And here's what Karma has to work with. And we're going to have a great dinner. And things continue to proceed here with the chicken barbecue. And here we have the chapatis, or whatever these are going to be tonight. Here are our beloved condiments before they're spread out. Kumar is getting the kerosene lanterns ready. Right, Kumar? And we'll see how the chickens are coming. Just like Kentucky Colonel. Here's something else is being prepared, although I'm not quite sure what it is. Chickens are still being prepared. Chicken preparation is proceeding. Here are the chickens. And there's the pot. A chicken in every pot.
Okay.
And here's how the chicken turns out. Beautiful. This is the plate before the chicken. Now the potatoes have sauce. Now the chicken's on the plate. Yum, yum, yum. Excuse me while I go eat. Well, we're on our way to Jomson, our last day of trekking. And here's one of our innumerable stream crossings. This one's pretty easy. And look how adept we've become at it. Woo! And now we gotta go up, guys. Now we gotta go up. Our last day of trekking, we're on the way from Muktanath Trail down to Jomson. That's Cogbenny, where we entered Mustang, the fields of Cogbenny, the Kaligandaki River. And when we come off this ledge, we'll follow the Kaligandaki all the way down to Jomson, with the mountains in the background on this, our last day. What's for lunch? Wildlife of the Mustang district. And there's a lot of vegetation here as compared to some of the areas we've been. These guys always find something to eat. There's Sheila and Eric down the trail. Down, down, down. Maybe we'll stop for a hot lemon there. The tea house. This is commercial traffic up to Cogbenny. No, to Cogbenny. Yes, you can just see the beautiful weather that we're traveling through here. If there's anything left of the lens. The yaks bringing up the back, or Zoes. Give him a stone. We've seen commercial traffic, and now we've seen trekking in the Gala Kentucky. Still headed toward Dalgiri. Again, a little wind demonstration. Well, we did it. We arrived back in Jomson. The trekking part is over. Our hotel here in Jomson for the night is the Moonlight Guest House. Natalie's horse is parked out in front. Our first night indoors without a tent in a long time. We're in New Jomson here. Close to the airport, because I think we have to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. But this hotel is right down the street, so we're all set. Here's our room at the Moonlight. We don't have it fixed up yet. But that's our belongings. Our duffel bags will arrive sometime. Here's a weird contraption on the wall. I don't think I've seen one of these in weeks. Yikes! Luckily the bathroom is right next door. Or unluckily. Unluckily may have been the right choice of words. Here's the bathroom rules, which we're going to review soon. And the courtyard's outside our room. I think this is modeled after one of the Marriotts that I've read about. They're making us feel right at home here. This is the main dining hall here at the Moonlight. And the guests. And the other guests that we're probably scaring. We're going on this trek, I expect a certain amount of payment. So they're counting out my fee. It's almost enough, guys. Just keep going. One more beer. Well, Jeanette, what did you like most about the trek?
So what I liked most about the trek was being up high, and I enjoyed the ridge of 13,000 feet we were walking along a couple days ago. That was very nice. Enjoyed the pony ride, and I just enjoy looking at the mountains, Dalagiri, and Annapurna. That's it.
Well, thank you.
What?
Well, Ed, what was your favorite part of the trek?
I think my favorite day was the descent to the Guru Rinpoche cave. Because I got to go downhill all the way.
Don't you like uphill?
Not very much.
Any other favorite parts?
Let's see. I don't know. I think probably my least favorite part is walking along the Kali.
Which we just finished.
Yes, I just love rocks.
Thank you.
Okay,
well, Natalie, what was your favorite part of the trek?
The horse, naturally.
What was the horse's name? Snowflake.
Snowflake.
I always have to
Snowflake
remind
is a
her.
good name.
Okay.
Actually, the whole trek was colored by the fact that I got my boots stolen in Kathmandu.
Oh.
So I had the horse and I had to become bosom buddies from then on.
Hold it a second, Natalie. This is the horse, and this is Natalie. Any other favorite parts, Natalie?
Actually, the part we came down between Pa and Tay, I thought the scenery was absolutely superb. And the horse was going slow enough that I could see it.
Thank you, Natalie. Well, Long Purba, what did you think of the trek?
It's very good. It's windy and dusty.
It's windy and dusty?
Yeah.
What did you think of Lomontan?
It's great. That's my favorite part.
Your favorite part?
Yeah, and meeting with King of Mustang.
Yeah.
Having a dinner together. That's my favorite.
That's your favorite part?
Yeah.
Long Purba, we thank you very much. You were the biggest success of our whole trek.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, Sheila, it's your turn. What was your favorite part of the trek?
Well, I'd say that this is my favorite part of the trek, and it probably is, but I think the most memorable thing was the first time that you and Eric and I were wandering around Lomontan and suddenly found ourselves with an audience with the king. Something that we never expected to happen, let alone so suddenly without any preparation, and it was pretty unique. And then, of course, the adoption ceremony, which has to stand out in our minds forever, right? Right.
Well, Donna, what was your favorite part of the trek?
My favorite part of the trek was when we went up over the pass and there were prayer flags over the trail and we looked down and there was Lomontan.
Which pass was that? The high one?
No, the one where you look down on Lomontan, the capital.
Did you like
the whole
Lomontan?
city. Yes. I read Michael Cosell's book about it 15 years ago.
Really?
And ever since then, I've really wanted to go there.
Is that right?
So it was kind of
that's terrific.
like a dream come true.
Oh.
And my second favorite part of the trip was when the king presented Tashi to you. Because being a dog lover, I've really enjoyed.
Well, Donna, you're going to have that memory forever because if this film comes out, I'm going to send you a copy.
Oh, well, that's good.
Thank you.
My film debut.
And Donna, thank you for being Tashi's best babysitter.
You're welcome.
Well, Milton, what is your favorite part of the trek?
I enjoyed just about all of the trek. I enjoyed the company, was tremendous. The scenery was beyond anything I yet dreamed of. I thought that I had traveled a great deal and seen a lot of beautiful things in the world, but this was exceptional. It was quite a challenge, and I think the highlight of the trip was the presentation, meeting the king and having the king present the dog to you. I think it's a very exciting thing to happen, and I enjoyed it all.
And Milton, one other thing. Wendy wanted you to comb your hair before you did this video. So can you just slip that hat off a minute, Milton, and let us see what you did?
There isn't very much hair there, but it's pretty
How much hair is there to focus on?
Not very much. There's more on my face than there is on the top
Well,
of
you
my
did a
head.
good job. Wendy will be
But all
proud.
good men come out on top, just remember that. Okay.
Thank you. And now our favorite L.O. Ram. Ram, what was your favorite part of the trip? Ram, what was your favorite part of the trip? Ram, what was your favorite part of the trip? Oh, I'm going to shut off here for a second. Okay, now we're back on the air. Ram, what was your favorite part of the trip?
Your favorite part of our trip?
You liked the whole trip?
Yeah.
You like to go to Lomontan?
Yeah.
You like to have dinner with the king?
Yeah.
Do you like mother?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ram, thank you very much. Danyabat, Ram. Well, Richard, what was your favorite part of the trip?
My favorite part of the trip was getting dumped off of old methane.
What do you mean by that, dumped off of old methane?
Old methane was one of the more memorable horses on the trip. His sit strap wasn't quite tight enough for my average walk.
Now, who's been drinking those beers? Is it you or methane? Maybe that's the reason methane dumped you.
I think this is what's called a setup. And if this gets back to my dean, you're gonna pay for it.
It's going to be fast. It's a Federal Express tonight. There's a special pickup in Jones. Well, thank you.
Horseman. Anyways, Hamro Group, very busy lagyo. Mustang check, Ranrocha, Dui Haptico, Ekdam, Ramra Mausam, Bato Tiksha, Ekdam Zar Lagiko China, Ekdin Mustang Ma, Loman Tangma, police, like that difficult job. Egarne. But Hamro Group, very busy lagyo, and the Alagadi Bakshish job. What's up? Basically, I said everyone's real happy. Trek went well. All right. Yay! Good boy. Round of applause. Thank you. Oh, Arco Kichimoy. Arco Kamo. Thank you. Yay! Mr. Basan, who went up to give us lunch, came back down and didn't get it to us. Try it again. Ekdam ho, big grenade, Ramo Kamo. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toyota. Okay. Ramo Kamo. Thank you. Yay! Thank you. Yay! What are you doing? Is he with us? Yes. He is. You get your boy. But this is a order with somebody else, yes? Thank you. Yay! Hey boy. Hey boy. Vishnu. Vishnu. Alrighty. Well, very good work. Thank you. Come on, thank you. Thank you. Did a great job maintaining those animals. Jamyam, thank you. Thank you.
It's in Moran.
Thank you. This is for tuning. Tuning, Loman Tama. And Chopin Tunu. Okay. Let's hear it for Chopin Tunu and Siri. And then old man's not here. You want to give this to the old man?
Where's Abu?
All right. What happened? He smells like a Cheshire cat. He's never around at night. Karma! Well,
was that his girlfriend?
We had a special addition to this group that we hadn't met previously, that was with us for a lot of the trek, but not all of it. The man who protected us against all evils and dangers up in our trekking area. Let's hear it for our liaison officer, Mr. Ram. We appreciate your getting us safely up there. Great job. Thank you. And last but not least, the big boss. The Tulo Manche. Hombro Tulo Manche. Hombro Tulo Manche. Anos! Anos! Hey, let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for being great trekkers. Yeah, let's hear it for you guys. Come on. Nice for the trekkers. Yeah.
Well, here we are where we started off, where it all began. The Tragapan Hotel, Pokhara. It's the same people. Except for one. Except for one.
One addition.
One addition. Otherwise, it's the same people doing the same things. And what we're doing is admiring the view. The view towards Machu Picchu over Pokhara. And there it is. And here's a famous photographer waiting for the exact moment to take the picture. Generally, he waits for 5 minutes after the exact moment to take the picture. But tonight, our last view of the mountain, he's promised to change.
I'm going to wait for a half an hour.
Because it is a rush hour now, the Pokhara police have assigned a traffic monitor to this particular busy intersection. Question is, will he get home for dinner? The answer is perhaps. The monitoring process continues. And there's the chief of the Pokhara police monitoring the traffic intersection monitor. So now we're back at the Shangri-La. Tashi has returned to the Shangri-La just prior to going off to America. His first visit to a zoo. The back of the Shangri-La, where it's like a different world back here as compared to what's happening out on the street. And here's what's happening outside. And the canal. It's a wedding. Well, Gary, this is the finale now. What was your most memorable part of the trek?
I doubt there could be anything less memorable than the evening with my younger brother.
Your younger brother?
My younger brother, Mr. Ram.
Ah.
That was,
Tell us about that evening.
dear younger brother got a little bit drunk with some rock sheep. Decided that he was going to arrest on Kerba, arrest Karma, and turn back our trek group, on and on and on. I won't forget that for a while, that's for sure. A memorable moment that I missed, which I heard about and was a bit devastated to hear about, was one of our members coming out in their underwear from the toilet tent as the king was jogging about the Lo Montang. Very glad that our cultural sensitivity was right on line. We were up in Mustang.
Well, you didn't make that rule. You said no shorts, but you didn't say no skivvies.
Yeah, well, I guess you do have to lay things out for some people. Once
You really do. Well, Gary.
All in all, it was a very nice track, and I don't like videos.
Thank you very much. Dhanyabad. Well, we're back now. We're back now in Kathmandu, back at the Shangri-La Hotel. We finished the trek in Mustang. We walked a long way. And we'll always remember Mustang through what Kumar told us, that there's too much dust and too many stones in Mustang. And we'll remember what Tashi said in Paisel's book. Not this Tashi, but Paisel's Tashi. When he said that only saints could live in Mustang because only saints could eat stones. But we had a terrific trek. We're back now in plush surroundings and plush gardens. And we're off now back to America.
We have all dreamt of a lost horizon. Here beyond the great Annapurna range, this dream's come true. There lies a secret forbidden land. A land where time stands still beyond the reach of the modern world. Behind this gate lies the forbidden kingdom of Mustang. To reach Mustang is no easy task. First one must cross the entire Himalayan range, flying through the world's deepest gorge. On maps, Mustang sticks out like a thumb into Tibet. From the airstrip of Jomsom, it takes 5 long days' march to reach Mustang. Since its discovery in 1964, Mustang has remained closed to foreigners because it was the secret base of the Khambas, the Tibetan freedom fighters opposing China. For 20 years, I have attempted to return to Mustang, which I first explored in 1964. And for 28 years, I've awaited this moment to be allowed back into this forbidden land beyond Nepal's restricted frontier. Exhausted after crossing 4 high passes, Mustang's capital lies at last before us. A medieval citadel, only one door leads through the city's wall. Here, beyond the city gate, sheltered by the Great Wall, live 128 families, the subjects of Jigme Palbar, the 24th king of Lo. He lives here in this 5-story palace. With a white ceremonial scarf of welcome, I come to pay my respects. I present the king with the illustrated book of my first journey. With surprise, His Majesty looks at the first photos of himself as a young prince. He also finds a photograph of his father, King Anggun Tenzing Trandul, who at the time did not even know that the world was round. Times have changed. The present king wears Western clothes. He is today honorary colonel of the Nepalese army. Temba Gyaltsen is a noble. His wife is lady-in-waiting to the queen. Every family has its role in the court: finance minister, chamberlain, or head of the royal bodyguards. Temba is the royal historian. He keeps track of the royal archives. Thanks to him, I was able to learn that Mustang was founded in 1380. In the past, thanks to the salt trade, Mustang was rich. This trade has come to a halt, and the peasants are today poor, living off the little barley they grow and their herds of yaks. On the lowest rung of the social ladder are the bards that chant the history and deeds of the past kings. The people are Buddhists and believe in 1,000 demons that haunt daily life. Their only defense is prayer and demon traps that hang above every door. 23 villages, 3 towns, and 7 monasteries shelter the kingdom's 6,000 inhabitants. Administrator of this land without road, the king travels on horseback throughout his estates. Many mysteries still hover over the land. Everywhere Stone Age cliff cities are built into the rock. Who constructed them, nobody knows. All these caves have yet to be explored. In the 15th century, this Stone Age cave was made into the tomb of a monk. These remarkable wall paintings have been preserved today by the thin air of high altitude. They are among the finest of the Himalayan world. Mustang still retains the secret of the origin of its prehistoric caves, some of which are 3,000 years old. It will take decades before this highest kingdom reveals the full wealth of its past. In the meantime, life here carries on as before, frozen in time, beyond the horizon of our modern world.